Hey, Joe Escobedo here, and joining me is Medha. And today we're going to be looking at B2C companies' emails, and we're going to break them down from a consumer's point of view. So let's start with our first one. All right, our first one is from Deliveroo. Now, Medha, I'm curious, what do you think about the subject line, especially with the cash money bag there? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, so I what I like was in first two words there was a hook, 16% off. So it just lures the customer to just open it once and see what's in it.
Yeah, like you said, the very first two definitely
Yeah.
pops. And then I guess it follows up on that promise here with the big $16 off, correct?
Yeah.
Now, what are your thoughts on the rest of the email?
I really the tabs that they're using near you, top rated, new on Deliveroo and offers includes everything which is promoting the top performers and also promoting the newcomers. So that is one thing that I really liked. Of course, the 16% off big banner, it's very eye catchy. Also, the image, it shares, it's very colorful. So it's quite catchy, and also it as you're referring a friends, so it's box of four donuts. I'm assuming that you will share with your friends, so that it's something a good cue.
I guess you haven't seen me eat donuts because I could devour all of those in one sitting. But yes, presumably you're sharing with a friend and not like me and devouring four donuts in one sitting. That's a nice little call out there. Yes, it is very visually appealing. What about this little portion right here? It
However,
says,
what I thought was that the image was amazing. There was a nice cue, nice prompt, but then it goes really flat on the messaging. It provides everything what exactly the email wants you to do. It's just not very, I would say, fun. The
okay,
fun tone of voice that you expected right when you open the email, which was not there.
that's a fair point because you have the big fun photos and maybe the copy may not necessarily match the same tone. So that's a good call out as well for the brand.
Yeah,
And then they have this nice little, I guess this is a ticket, share this link with your friends. What
yeah.
are your thoughts on this little?
Yeah, it's a nice coupon shaped image and a nice call to action, I would say. Okay, it's not a CTA, but yeah, it has nice Deliveroo branding. It is quite tickety looking, so I would say it's more conversional.
Yeah, it's definitely simple, clean, and then it just has the button that says share now, and
Yep.
I guess it's the T's and C's. It's a pretty simple email. Like I said, the big visuals, this, I guess, this banner to share it, very short copy explaining what it does, but this hero image. And like you said, this for me is the really what stands
Exactly.
out and catches your attention. The rest of the stuff you may not even read through. So good
Yeah,
call outs.
simple yet effective email.
Exactly. Simple yet effective. What do you think of Adobe's?
Again, same as Deliveroo, the first two words get 40% off, or I would say first three words get 40% off, and which is a strong hook for the email subject, at least for it to open. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. Deliveroo had it in the first two words. You could literally just say 40% off and it still has the same message. I'm not sure if get is necessary here.
Yeah.
So less is more.
I agree. I agree.
Okay. Hero banner. What are your
Yep.
thoughts?
Very eye catching image, but you still need to scroll down to get to know what it is. As we saw in Deliveroo, it was right there. It was easier for consumer to what to expect from the email. Here there's more effort, I would say.
Yeah, you said it's definitely very visually stimulating, but you're right. It takes up a lot of real estate on your mobile device or on your laptop here. And you have to scroll down to see what is the key part, which in this case is get 40% off your
Yeah.
Creative Cloud for the first year. What are your thoughts
Again,
on this portion? Yeah.
when I think now Adobe is selling, for instance, Photoshop, it's on creativity, etc. So maybe it's also trying to put out their product. Maybe you can create such good designs to Photoshop through Photoshop. So maybe it was trying to do something like that.
Yeah, it definitely follows the show don't tell, but particularly if it's for designers. But
Mm.
to your point, yeah, it's maybe the messaging you have to scroll further down to see exactly what it is you're getting and
Mm.
how it works out. What are your thoughts on this little portion right here?
Get 40% off for the first year. Effective says what it does on the design. I think it's a simple messaging, nothing too fancy, straight to the point, does the work. If somebody is interested, it actually can be a bit conversional messaging.
My question for these is always how much is it after the first tier, but maybe that's one of the T's and C's. Yeah, buy now. So simple little call to action button here.
Yep.
And then it has a little bit of a breakdown of what it costs for the first year. So if you're not sure, what are your thoughts on this portion?
Yeah, it's good that it showcases in the email that what exactly you can expect from the entire deal, what is actually included in Creative Cloud, maybe for somebody who is not well versed with the Adobe ecosystem. It's a good little information, I would say.
Yeah, it's simple, it's clean. Once again, another call to action. So you have buy now twice,
Yeah,
and then the bottom footer. Okay. Overall, pretty good, right?
yeah.
Okay. Let's look at another one. All right. Let's look at sneakers. I'm pronouncing that correctly. SNKRS. Story behind the design. Ah, okay. So this is from Nike.
Yes, I think they are launching something new with collaboration with Spider-Man.
Okay.
So if you open the same email in your MacBook, right, with the mail that you have, so it opens this image directly. So for Google, you need to click and then you land into the actual email. And with this, with the Apple email, once you open, you see this image directly if you have such setting. And this image is very powerful, I would say. It says everything. Spider-Man collaborating with Jordans and wearing the shoes that they're trying to launch.
Yeah, it almost tells a story in itself. Like I said, it tells about the collaboration. It was very visually stunning. It's simple. It's clean. Nothing less than what you expect from Nike, and that has the Jordan logo in the top here. Just in case you weren't sure which company this was, it's all conveyed here. Yeah, I really personally love this Spider-Man fan. I think this is great, and he's rocking the shoes too. So
Exactly.
nicely done. It is a big one though, so it takes a lot of scrolling. I'm on my laptop here, but I'm guessing on your mobile device, it's quite a lot of scrolls you have to go through because it's quite a vertical image. So that might deter some folks. Okay, what are your thoughts on this portion right here?
In Jordan 1 next chapter. I would say how the image was very appealing. It's very general. The title is very general. Maybe I would say it can have more Spider Man related cues or smart copywriting to complement the image, maybe. Which they do in their short in the short paragraph, but yeah, not that great of a title.
Yeah, it's clear to the point, but like you said, it may not match the visual imagery. One thing as a Spider-Man fan, it says you don't need a cape to take flight. Now, I love that they're being quirky here, but Spider-Man, to my knowledge, doesn't have a cape.
Yeah.
So it's a slight disconnect between the character in which they're leveraging and the copy. But once again, I like that they're trying to be quirky. It's just I'm sure a lot of Spider-Man fans will be like, maybe it's just me though.
Yeah.
Story behind the design. Okay, very interesting. Rather than buy now, because most are, if you see the sneakers and they're pushing them out, it's the first thing they would do is say buy now. But this one is the story behind the design, so it's
Yeah.
more of a softer sell. Would you say?
Exactly. Then the Jordan fans, they are more into the storytelling. It's more than the price. It's more than you're buying something more than shoes. So simple buy now might not work for actual fans. So maybe this is a good CTA.
That's a very good call out. Nike is known for design and the storytelling, so it's basically highlighting that in this very short call to action, which is quite nice and quite unique.
The shoes that Spider-Man is wearing.
And it's interesting because it's kind of like an Apple ad where the product is the hero itself. No imagery. It's a plain white background. So it really pops, particularly if you have a white background screen on your email.
Yep.
Definitely stand out, and it has a different. I'm wondering if it makes sense to change this to a GIF because you have the same image in multiple ones.
Yeah.
Once again, it's taking up a lot of real estate. If I'm scrolling through this, I'm wondering if a GIF will just replace this and then save some of that real estate.
Or also, if not GIF as well, how about making them in the same line, one, two, three, as we have this wider. But yeah, maybe it cannot be more mobile friendly. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Then it has I guess the date that it drops. So this is for the
Hmm.
sneakerheads. It's a very colloquial, very what the fans would be into.
Yep.
And then it has the very interesting. So this is the footer, which is at Nike.com, and then it has men's, women, kids, and then become a Nike member and unlock more. I guess this is the more salesy portion
Yep.
of the email. Very
Yeah.
cool. Let's look at one more.
I think the next one is of Nike only.
Okay. All right. Once again, from Nike, sneakers launch. This is, I guess, the name of the shoe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
What are your,
this is like the most recent email that I have gotten from Nike. So it's like the recent launcher.
okay. What are your thoughts? This time it has a bit of a beige background in a box, whereas the previous ones had just the all
Yeah.
white background. What are your thoughts?
And I guess if you scroll down, maybe the more product images will not have a. Ah, no, they have. Maybe I was looking for. Okay, sorry, we can start. I thought that there were another more images and they were white background. Sorry.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on this?
Clean, effective, trying to just show the product that they launched. Nothing fancy, just the, as you mentioned, like Apple emails, the product is the hero. And as it has bit of a gray, maybe they have tried to add the beige background for it to stand out. Maybe it's not beige, I guess it's grayish, more grayish background.
Yeah. So maybe yeah, they're A/B testing little things like you said, going from a all white background to a slightly grayish background to see if that has
What
an. Yeah, very interesting. And once again, it has just it tells you it's a men's shoe, and then the name of the shoe in big font. So once again, clear to the point. What are your thoughts on this
Yeah,
portion?
very clear. Take your game anywhere from hoops. So it's just trying to tell the versatility of the product, what they have come up with. So that's good. People looking for all in one solution. It can be good for those.
Yeah, what I like as well because it talks about okay, premium leather, but most companies would start with that. Whereas this one, it talks about how you're going to be leveraging it. So you're going to be hooping, you're going to be going on trails. It puts the
Utility.
product in action rather than talking about the product features. It talks about the benefits and the use case here.
Yeah.
And later it talks about okay, the cushioning and so on. So once again, this is something I think Nike does very well, whereas most companies would just dive right into the later portion, which is more of the, I guess, the features.
Exactly. In its ads, also, we would see that how people are using it in spots, and the utility is the king, I would say.
Absolutely. Another interesting thing about the CTA here is most people put buy now. Here this says shop. Well, what do you think the difference as a consumer, buy now versus shop?
To be honest, it feels both the same. Shop, okay, buy now. It does not create any different action for me.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Does it have some different opinion for you?
Maybe for me, it feels less salesy. I don't know. When I see buy now, it feels like it's like a used car dealer trying
Mm.
to force a lemon on me. But in this case, it feels a little bit less subtle. But I think it's another thing worth A/B testing. Shop versus buy now. This is some good A/B test experiments for the folks listening to today's episode. Okay, what's your thought on this image?
As in the starting, it's talking about the use, that how you're going to use it. So the shoes are in moment. It's again another type of, I would say, a cue, the use of the product. So that is nice, I would say.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I think it's a nice little visual call out because, like you said, it talks about all the things you can do, and here it's almost like the person stepping.
Yep.
So it creates that sense of it's already moving. This is what it looks like. This is what it feels like, and that kind of feeling has progressed from the copy down to the visuals. So there's a lot of similarity and parallels between the both. And then it's taking a page out of Amazon and also available. I'm guessing this is the
Yeah.
cross sell or upsell opportunity. What are your thoughts on this?
Okay. So they're also trying to sell the entire suit. One is the jacket, the joggers as well, and they are wearing. If you scroll down, they are wearing the same shoe. So how it this tracksuit complements the shoe. So trying to sell an entire package.
Yes, yes, very smart. So it's got the couple, not only the package, but yeah, you buy it for your significant other as well too. So you buy the jacket and the shoes, you buy it for your significant other, and you just keep on buying.
Yeah, but what you feel that if it's for both of them, but and below you can see men's tracksuit jacket. It does not talk
Mm.
about women. Maybe it can be unisex, or maybe it can be more.
Yeah, that's a good point because you have once again the imagery and the text may not necessarily match, so it maybe a tad confusing for the audience. That's a very good call out. And then here it has presumably two men. I cannot really tell from this photo, but yeah, they're wearing the shoes. So once again, you can see what the shoes look like when you're wearing them in your tracksuit, when you're hooping or you're going on the trail. So once again, it's bringing that out, that the story to life. What are your thoughts on downloading the Nike app here as a final call to action?
Yeah, in the last we were pushed towards Nike.com. So again, they might be A/B testing or trying, or maybe they might have the objective to have more app downloads. So that's why they just use the space.
Awesome. Medha, thank you so much for sharing your opinions and insights on these B2C e-commerce emails. Really, really appreciate it. For anyone watching or listening to today's episode, if we're missing anything, do let us know. We would love to hear from you.